Time expands or contracts depending on the amount of work to be done. Welcome, ladies and gents, to the video that may unlock your productivity potential. How to get shit done. In this fast-paced digital era where content creation has become both an art and a science, it's not uncommon to find ourselves caught in the whirlwind of endless tasks, deadlines, and projects. We're bombarded with so many distractions, battling procrastination, and feeling the weight of ever-expanding to-do lists. It is no wonder that we often struggle to keep up and make meaningful progress. But don't worry, I got you, because today I want to delve into a powerful concept known as Parkinson's Law, and I want to discuss how it could revolutionize the way you approach content creation. But before we dive into the subject, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on some amazing updates and insights. Now let's get into it. Well, if you're like me and many others, you've likely experienced those moments when time seems to slip through your fingers like sand. The day begins with a seemingly endless array of tasks, yet by the time the sun sets, you find yourself wondering where all those hours disappeared because all you did is virtually nothing. Or so it feels. And it's a very frustrating paradox, isn't it? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, yet some individuals manage to accomplish so much more than others. How do they do it? What's their secret, you may ask? Enter Parkinson's Law. A deceptively simple concept with profound implications. Parkinson's Law was formulated by this brilliant mind called Cyril Northcote Parkinson, who was a famous historian and author with more than 60 books on his name. And basically what this law does is it challenges our conventional notions of time management and productivity. So how does this look like? Well, Parkinson's Law states that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. In other words, the more time we allocate for a specific task, the longer it will take to finish it. And this might sound counterintuitive first, but maybe we should delve a little bit deeper to grasp its significance. Imagine you have a project that could be accomplished in 2 hours, but you decide to allocate the entire day for it. What happens? You'll likely find yourself procrastinating, being less focused, and even adding unnecessary complexities to the task. The result? The project will indeed take the whole day to complete, even if it could have been done so much sooner. This curious phenomenon occurs because humans have a tendency to fill the time available for a task with superfluous details, distractions, or inefficiencies. It's as if our brain seeks to justify the time we've allocated, even if it means stretching out the work unnecessarily. Our perception of time becomes distorted, leading to a false sense of productivity. Now, here is where it even gets more intriguing, because if we apply Parkinson's Law in a strategic manner, we can actually boost our productivity and efficiency. By setting tight deadlines for ourselves, we create a sense of urgency and focus that prevents us from getting sidetracked. And this phenomenon is known as time boxing, and it's a powerful technique to harness Parkinson's Law to our advantage. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how much work you can accomplish just before going on a vacation or approaching a strict deadline? It's as if the impending limit on time activates a hidden well of productivity within us. And so by consciously creating these artificial constraints, we can tap into that untapped reservoir of efficiency regularly. But there is another aspect to Parkinson's Law that is crucial to understand, because it's not just about managing time, but also about being mindful of our energy and attention. The law reminds us of the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. And this principle states that roughly 80% of the results come from 20% of our efforts. Now, in the context of Parkinson's Law, it means that we should focus on the vital tasks, let's say the 20% that delivers the most impact, rather than spreading ourselves thin across less important ones. In a world filled with distraction, endless to-do lists, and the pressure to be constantly busy, Parkinson's Law offers a profound alternative. It encourages us to be intentional with our time, to set clear priorities, and to make the most of the hours we have. And so instead of chasing productivity for the sake of being busy, we can choose effectiveness and purpose. It's about finding the balance between doing more and doing what truly matters. Now, let's dive straight into the heart of the subject, which is applying Parkinson's Law to your content creation. As a solopreneur or content creator, your time is obviously your most valuable asset. You've got ideas buzzing in your mind, creativity flowing through your veins, and an audience eager to engage with your content. But let's face it, the endless to-do lists and the pressure to consistently produce high quality content can be overwhelming. So how can we leverage Parkinson's Law to boost our productivity and create content that truly stands out? The first step is to recognize that time is a double-edged sword. When we give ourselves an indefinite period to complete a piece of content, it's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism and endless editing. The result? Hours wasted on refining a piece that could have been completed much sooner. And so instead, set yourself a tight deadline. Challenge yourself to complete a blog post, a video, or a podcast within a specific time frame. You'll be amazed at how your focus sharpens and your creativity flows when the clock is ticking. Now, the real magic happens is when, on top of all of that, you're also able to combine that with the application of the aforementioned 80-20 rule, aka identifying the crucial aspects of your content creation that have the most significant impact on your audience. It could be the core message, the key takeaways, or simply the engaging storytelling. I focus on these elements so I can resist the temptation to add unnecessary fluff. And this intentional approach not only saves time, but it also ensures that your content delivers maximum value to your audience. Now, we can go even much deeper with this, because Parkinson's Law isn't just about meeting deadlines. It's about understanding the ebb and flow of creativity. As content creators, we've all experienced the creative highs and lows, the moments of inspiration and the dreaded writer's block. And so instead of forcing yourself to create content daily, which is what I did for a very long time, consider adopting a rhythmic approach. And this is how I personally go about it at the moment. I allow myself to ride the waves of inspiration and allocate specific days or periods for intense content creation. During these bursts of creativity, I produce content that's fueled by my passion and authenticity rather than being solely driven by external pressures or arbitrary deadlines. Then, on the other remaining days, I use that time to engage with my audience, research new topics, or invest in personal development. This rhythm allows me for a healthy balance between creation and replenishment, ultimately enhancing the quality and impact of my content overall. Now, here's where I challenge the conventional wisdom, which is more content equals more success. Of course, there's some truth to this statement, but I also believe it's overly simplistic and very naive to assume that flooding the digital landscape with an endless stream of content is a guarantee for success. There is enough content creators who have honed and mastered the skill of consistency, but without enough focus on quality, therefore never getting a reward or a payoff. Because in the realm of content creation, quantity is absolutely important, but quality reigns supreme. And so by leveraging Parkinson's Law, you may channel your energy into crafting fewer but high impact pieces. This not only saves time, but also positions you as an authority in your niche, attracting a dedicated and engaged audience. And if you're still not convinced, I want you to imagine this for a moment. Imagine yourself as a content creator relentlessly producing average or mediocre content. Sure, you might receive some fleeting attention or a momentary spike in viewership from time to time, but it usually tends to fizzle out pretty fast. Now consider the alternative, which is embracing the philosophy of quality over quantity. And now, instead of focusing solely on the number of posts, you channel your energy into crafting exceptional pieces that captivate, educate, and resonate deeply with your audience, like I am doing right now, or so I hope. You refuse to follow the norm and you defy it by pouring your heart and soul into each piece of creation. How do you think this approach will make a difference in the perception of your viewers? Because the reality is that in the vast ocean of online content, mediocrity simply blends in with the crowd. It fails to leave a lasting impression or forge a meaningful connection with your audience. And so by investing in quality content, you make a powerful statement about your values and dedication to your craft. Your work becomes a testament to your expertise and authenticity. And it's usually this kind of content which acts as a guiding light, attracting a devoted and enthusiastic audience. So by applying Parkinson's Law to content creation, you set yourself apart from the mediocrity that saturates the digital landscape. It's because you create content that resonates deeply with your audience by consciously allocating time and focus that you're leaving a lasting impression and forging meaningful meaningful connections. Your dedication to quality becomes evident, and you attract a devoted and enthusiastic following. Now, here's a simple framework that I'm currently using to apply Parkinson's Law to my content creation process. It's a blend of practical techniques and philosophical insights that have transformed the way I approach my work, allowing me to create impactful content with greater efficiency and purpose. Number 1, create time constraints. Applying Parkinson's Law has taught me the value of creating time constraints for my content creation. It's remarkable how limitations can spur creativity and drive me to accomplish more in less time. I set clear deadlines for each stage of the content creation process, from ideation to finalization. And this sense of urgency helps me to avoid the trap of perfectionism and stay focused on the essential aspects of my work. Embracing time constraints has not only boosted my productivity, but it has also encouraged me to experiment and take bold creative risks. Number 2, embrace iterations and continuous improvement. Instead of aiming for flawless perfection in the first draft, I focus on delivering my best possible version and then refine it along the way. And this iterative approach allows me to gather feedback from my audience and adapt my content to their preferences and needs. It's a humbling but enriching experience to witness my work evolve and grow over time, all thanks to the power of constant refinement. Number 3, leverage batch working and automate repetitive tasks. Now, when it comes to optimizing productivity in content creation, leveraging batch working and automating repetitive tasks has been a game changer for me. Batch working involves grouping similar tasks together and tackling them in designated time blocks. And so instead of switching between different types of content creation throughout the day, I allocate specific periods for writing, filming, editing, and other essential activities. This approach minimizes context switching, allowing me to maintain focus and efficiency. Moreover, automation has been a powerful ally in streamlining my content creation process. I identify repetitive tasks that consume valuable time and energy, and then I seek automation tools or software that can handle them for me. From scheduling social media posts to automating email responses, automation liberates me from mundane tasks, granting me more time and mental space for creative endeavors. Remember, it's not about speeding through the tasks mindlessly, rather it's about optimizing your creative energy and redirecting it towards meaningful content. So don't hesitate to explore various tools and strategies that can fit your unique content creation process. So in conclusion, Parkinson's Law is more than just some productivity hack in my opinion. It reminds me to cultivate mindfulness and presence in my content creation journey, because it's easy to get lost in the whirlwind of tasks and lose touch with the essence of why I create in the first place. And so by staying present and mindful, I can infuse authenticity and genuine passion into my content. Mindfulness also helps me to remain attuned to the needs of my audience and create content that truly resonates with them. It's about being fully engaged with the creative process and infusing my work with a piece of myself, like an extension of myself. And this is why I would highly encourage you to explore the power of Parkinson's Law and experience firsthand how it can elevate your creative game. Because as the famous saying goes, the road to success is paved not only with consistency, but with your unwavering commitment to delivering the best of what you have to offer. Just kidding, that one was on me. Stay savage.